Hi everyone. This video is going to get you started with Jamboard. This fall in classes, we'll be using Jamboard for a number of different in-class activities and asynchronous activities. So I wanted to make sure you knew how to get into it and use it. You can get into Jamboard by checking if I've shared a board with you. You can just go to your Google Drive and hit shared with me. Okay. You can also just type in jamboard.google.com and anything you have access to is going to show up right there at the top, right? Okay. When you get into Jamboard, it looks like a whiteboard, right? There is a physical Jamboard that Google produces, kind of like a smart board. We'll be working in here synchronously in class once I've shared a board with you. And some days I'll ask you to preload some information to that. So let's just look at the interface for a few minutes and see how this works. Okay. On an individual page, if you want to change up the background because you want to be able to line things up nice and neat, that's completely cool. Or you can just kind of leave things blank. The pen tool is over here. The pen tool is going to let you draw on the Jamboard. If you have a Mac with a big trackpad, if you use your stylus, just like on an iPad, you'll have a little bit more control, or you could actually open Jamboard on your iPad or tablet and have much more control in terms of the drawing tools. But there are a couple different drawing tools. There's a marker. Okay. And a highlighter, which is super nice. And of course, a paintbrush, right? You can also just clear the frame by hitting clear frame. There is an eraser, so if you want to touch up individual lines, you can do that. Just like Photoshop and the Adobe Suite, there's a select tool, so if you have different objects that you want to move around, you grab them with select. And that brings me to sticky notes. Sticky notes, if you need just kind of a standard text box that's not colored, you can make it clear, and you could put in your name on the top of a page if I've asked you to create a page with certain information on it. Okay, once you have that sticky note made, right, you can edit it, you can duplicate it, you can delete it. Okay, they are going to be kind of square because they're meant to be Post-its. Your sticky notes can also be made in different colors just for fun if you want to leave notes for other people. Or if we want to brainstorm and group things by different ideas, right? And again, once that note is made, we can make it bigger or smaller so we can regroup them and move them around during group work. If you want to edit it, you can change the color. So if we decide to categorize them by certain themes, save, right, we can change the colors to do that. We can insert an image, which we'll be doing a lot in class. You can search your Google Drive into varying folders. You can also do an image search if we were like brainstorming in foundations about stereotypes of teachers, right? If we wanted to see what pops up, you could select an image and then we could brainstorm and talk around that as it loads. You may also find classes using Jamboard for critiques. This is a great place for you to load your artwork with your students or in your classes as students, and then be able to leave messages and suggestions for each other on there. That is taking a really long time to load. While it's loading, I'm going to show you the laser pointer function. The laser pointer function is kind of the live action line drawing. So again, if you were teaching and you wanted to say, hey, that's a really beautiful image, or hey, this note here makes a lot of sense, you can draw people's attention to different things without ever actually, marking up someone's artwork. Let's see if we can solve that problem. No, it really, there it goes. Okay, so again, laser pointer. We could say, hey, this student is out of focus, right? So there's that live interaction piece. The live laser pointer piece is good during live critiques. It's good on Zoom when you just want to talk through things with everyone. You'll see me using it when we're talking through ideas, but that is where it's located. Now, for our classes, I've made a Jamboard per class. I'm not going to make a Jamboard per week. That's too many documents to keep track of. But for a Jamboard per class, it's also good to note that we can expand and interact with multiple pages. So If I've asked you to load something during a particular week, I might have this week marked week 2, and then I've asked everybody to load some artist images. You can feel free to hop in here and add as many frames as you want to load your work or your ideas. You can also just drag and drop them to reorder them here if we need to. So if you ever see me preloading an infrastructure for class for different weeks and I've asked you to go in, know that this is the place to go in and just add as many frames as you need to do the assignment. Okay? Close frame right here. Okay. Please, for the sake of classwork, do not come up here and make a copy of the Jamboard, because then when we're all logged in during class, you might be on the one that's you saved, but not the one that everybody else is using. You can also later on, for further reference, just download the whole thing as a PDF if you like. And that's it for Jamboard. Make sure that you practice with it before class.